We're live. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Oh, wait. I forgot I needed something. Darn it. I wanted to put something behind me.
Does it say Mrs. Smith is back in the building? All is right in the world? I can't see that. But does it say why did you put the? Where's the duh? Isn't it like in the house?
Yeah. And you know what? I messed this up too, the balloon. Because I was thinking it probably should be like that because you're the bomb. Right. Miss Smith is in the house right there. All right. She's back.
That was so funny. I don't know whether to put a skull or a cry face laughing emoji. Sorry.
All right. So, hey, ladies and gentlemen, it is Friday. It is a remote day. Mrs. Smith is sitting in front of her chalkboard.
It's an illusion.
Who do we have here today? I see Tyler Cornett. A nice Tyler. And I did get your email, and I'm going to take care of that as soon as I get a chance here for you. And Nicholas and Mackenzie and Aubrey and Emma. And is it Yasmina? Aubrey, Rosa, Lauren. Rosa,
Did you say Maddie at the top? I don't know if you
No,
said
Maddie and Dominic.
Maddie, Kenzie,
Deanna,
Lauren, Aubrey, Yazzie, Nicholas.
Sitlali's here.
I have 6. How many do you have?
Daniel B is here. Emma. I'm writing them down quick.
I told them I was sad that you keep having more people than I do.
Apparently it didn't work for you because I'm up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, here we go. Let's talk real quick. I think the main focus today, we're going to play some Blue Kit, and we're going to do that with bioenergetics and homeostasis. Now, listen, if you are in the building, we have the Bio Keystone practice test we'd like you to take on those 2 units. If you're not in the building, if you're remote and you would like to try that practice test, you just have to make an appointment to come in. We could take it down in the office or something. You wouldn't have to come into the classroom. But if you can't come in to take it or you don't want to come in to take it because of COVID, we understand that. But we're going to kind of review for that test a little bit. It's a hard one. We've been telling you the whole time. This is where people do the worst on the Keystone. And then before we do that, we wanted to talk a little bit about DNA because I think there's confusion with the DNA mouse experiment. Emma, hashtag truth. So, Mrs. Smith, I find that they kind of understand what they did, but I find that they don't understand why they did it.
So, like what they did in the experiments with Griffith and Oswald Avery?
Yeah, but they don't understand why. There's some confusions there. And I think the best way to explain this is phone numbers, maybe. Like, I found this little glass bottle. It was a quarter sedum bottle. I think that's what they call it. In the back room here one time. It's a great slide for guitar. And it was from like 1950 something. And they're actually pretty valuable now because guitar players like them for that. Hey, Kathy. And so it was dated like 1958, and the phone number on it was like 4-1235. So why are our phone numbers not 5-digit phone numbers anymore? JJ the Mystical is late. Sorry. Anybody know? I mean, totally not related to biology, but why don't we still have like? I mean, wouldn't it be easier to remember 4-1235, 6, a 4-digit number, 5-digit number? And they're like, what are phone numbers?
Well, really, they just, you know what I mean, press a face.
Right,
Well, and even, you know, the difference between, you know, when I was younger and you had just a 7-digit number, now you have to put the area code in too. Why?
Right. Yeah, why do they? That's really annoying.
Hi, Israel. I saw that before, but I didn't want to listen.
Nobody's given us an answer. Nick said 717. He's right. But, well, I mean, guys.
But why? Why did we have to start adding in?
There.
Good.
Yeah. Because there's too many people, right? So here's the deal with that mouse experiment. I want you to think about this. You have these scientists, and they have two things. They've narrowed it down. We think it's either proteins or we think it's either DNA, nucleic acid. One or the other of these things controls all life. And not just controls our life, controls life of every organism on the planet, right? So they're looking at this and they're like, well, there's 20 different amino acids that we can make proteins out of. So one protein's made of 20 different amino acids. One piece of DNA is made out of 4 bases. Which do you think they thought was the winner? Like, if you were trying to figure out, you have to make a code that can provide the instructions for all life. Do you want 20 amino acids to make your code out of, or do you want 4 bases to make your code out of? And you got to put yourself in their shoes where they didn't know. They weren't sure. And so, yeah, Emma, I think a lot of them thought it was proteins.
Because there's different combinations. There's more combinations. Like when we add more numbers in, we can have more different numbers. That's why they use letters and numbers on license plates.
Right. So if you think about that, and now think about what they did. Hey, we have this bacteria that does not kill mice, and we have this bacteria that does. If we take the protein from the bacteria that does, or we take the DNA from the bacteria that does, and we mix it with the one that doesn't and give it to the mice and see what happens, we can then figure out which one's controlling life, right? So we give the bacteria and the protein to the mice, nothing happens. We give the good bacteria and the DNA to the mice, and the mice die. So now we know it's the DNA. Of course, you might ask, well, how did that work? And that's the interesting thing. They didn't know. They didn't know. I was joking with Mrs. Smith before we start. Like, what are some things in life? Here, I'll ask you guys. I'll give you some examples. I think we ought to do bonus points for the best one of these that students give us today. So here's my examples. What are some things in life that we know work, but we don't know why they work? Right? So these guys knew that giving it the DNA to this good bacteria killed the mice, but they didn't know why. Just like your brains control your body, your involuntary functions, your voluntary, but we don't really know why consciousness works and how that works.
We just know it does.
Yeah, we know it does. When birds fly in a V and then all of a sudden they turn and the whole V turns and then they go, how does that work? How does that work? We know it works. We watch it, but we don't know. Homing pigeons finding their way home. We take a homing pigeon a long way away and release it, and it goes back to its roost. How does that work? Yawning. If I yawn, all of you will start to yawn. How does that work? Why does that work? We have some ideas, but like, really, how does that work? If you go outside at night and turn on the lights, bugs will fly into the lights. Guaranteed. Right? Guaranteed that you're going to get bugs flying into your light. Why does that work? In fact, we defined a whole bug trap that's based on the fact that they'll fly into it and then they get zapped the zapper. So, The best, we know it works, but we don't know why it works. What do you got? Dreams, religion. Do we know it works? We know why acids work. Anybody have anything better? I was hoping for something funny here. We need some humor in our lives. Mrs. Smith and I need some humor. Picturing what you're reading as you read. Well, that's interesting, JJ the Mystical.
I know why that happens. That has to do with neurological signals in your brain.
Taken out of me. The bird's inherited place of the breeding ground. Yes, so they migrate back to where they. You can say that for salmon or trout too. That's an interesting one. My dog barks at me even though she is friendly. Oh, we know things that we know work, but we don't know why they work. But we don't know ghosts work. I mean, there's people that would argue that. Flex much. Is that at Mrs. Smith? For her anatomy flex earlier. Demons and paranormal.
How do Mrs. Smith and Mr. Suter stand each other every single day and work together? I don't know, but it works.
Works, right. Did somebody write that or did you come up with that?
No, I just said that.
You jerk.
After day one of meeting Mr. Suter, Mrs. Smith's very first day in the district, how is she still here 12 years later?
Right. How animals can live in way below freezing temperatures and still survive. Some of that we know, but some of it we don't know. We're still studying. Some of those frogs that are able to freeze solid. We have ideas, but you're right. These are things that work. How Chick-fil-A can make a drive-through. I don't know. There's something in there. The best, they have the best drive-through. Like if we could just model everything else that we're doing, if we modeled giving out vaccines the way Chick-fil-A gives out food, like we could. This pandemic could have been over 6 months ago. You haven't been to the Chick-fil-A drive-through in a while, have you?
No,
It's amazing. I bet you they push through like 50 cars in 10 minutes. It's amazing.
Okay, here's a really good one. How did the past year go by so fast? Because today is literally the last day that you and I were together before.
Oh, wow.
Do you know my first day back is my last day in the building last year?
That's crazy. All right. I think we beat that to death. Cancer, we know what happens, but we're not sure specific. Right. Actually, in Lauren, I saw some things there too where they say that there's been studies done. They say, that's interesting. Who says? But somebody says there's been studies done where people that believe that they will beat cancer have a better survival rate than people that immediately think that the cancer is going to kill them. And there's no rhyme or reason for why that would be the case. But it seems to work.
It does have something to do with whether or not they turn off the P53 gene and the checkpoint in. Sorry, I can't help myself.
He's flexing again. All right. Last thing, when you go through that, if you haven't watched the TED Talk yet, that comes right after that, it's amazing. Like seriously, I want you to get excited about this because it's phenomenal. It really is. And it explains why this worked. So something the scientists that did this probably didn't know, you will understand. So he talks about the funeral grab, really cool stuff, really interesting. It should blow your mind. You should watch it. But now that you understand why you're watching it, right, maybe you'll do better. All right. Anything to add, Mrs. Smith? Anything worthwhile to add, Mrs. Smith?
No, I feel like we're just talking.
Hashtag try something new. No. After you beat me up 3 times in the last 5 minutes.
I don't even know what to say. You're just glad I'm here. Admit it. You are just glad that I am here.
Let's play some Blue Kit.
This is like the word, like it is. I don't even want to tell you what's happening right now.
Is it not working? We have 22 students that have tuned in for this nonsense.
I can't, like, this is Ricardo here? Andrew just said, good luck, Ricardo, but I didn't see Ricardo.
I don't see him. Oh, there's Aiden. I didn't see Aiden pop in.
Yeah, I want to, you know what I mean, as we're trying to get, like, all of my internet sites are not loading right now. Like, I'm surprised I'm still here streaming because all of a sudden it's just.
Are you playing with us? If you mess up Blue Kit again, there's going to be a revolt. Any luck over there?
No,
right.
I have a white screen. My stuff, I don't know if it's my computer that's not loading, but it's not loading.
For Blue Kit?
For anything.
I'm pulling Blue Kit up.
Okay, hold on. Sorry, I honestly have no idea how my computer did not shut down because it was going crazy, but
You got it now?
I think so, yeah.
There we go.
Well, it's going slow and it's spinning. Like there's a little box that is spinning, but tell me there's no game ID again. This is like my worst nightmare right now with technology. Is it loading for you? Like, are you?
No.
Okay, hold on. I got it. I think it's my computer's running really slow. I'm really sorry. But here it is in 1 second.
It opens a 12 terabyte zip bomb.
I don't even have that much open on my computer, but.
Boom! There it is. Boom! There it is.
It's probably because this computer hasn't been started in like, what's today's date? So what is that? Over a month? So. Like it just signed me out of everything too. Like it says I'm not signed in. Not to Blue Kit now, but like on my computer. It's weird. Well, Grace, I'm wondering if that's what it is, that it's like the Wi-Fi is wonky. You remember back in the day when we used to plug our computers in, Mr. Suter, this cool thing called like an Ethernet cord, and you had to like plug it into the side of your computer, and then it like, how does Wi-Fi work?
I don't know, but it works.
It's one of those things that like, I don't know, and I just, do it. Oh, Jocelyn's here. I don't think I had her name written down. What a throwback. Ethernet cord? Come on. How about all the things that they don't use anymore that we used?
I don't know. We got 17 players in. We got 19 people watching.
Are we ready to go?
Thank you all for hanging into this train wreck with us. A dumpster fire today. Take gold from others.
You're not a ghost to me. I just missed your name coming up on the side. I'm sorry. I was trying to figure out why Blue Kit wasn't working. Official, that is not, I'm not playing. Whoever put in the name Official L. Smith, I believe that is the person whose room is connected to mine, aka the Official J Suit.
No, what are you talking about? I'm trying to play.
I wasn't there yesterday either, if that makes you feel any better. I mean, I was, but I wasn't. I want to know if anybody actually has a real landline anymore. Not like Vonage or like, what are some of the other, like Magic Jack and stuff like that. I mean like a real landline. Does anybody have that anymore?
Like a landline for their phone in their house?
Right, that legitimately, like, if the internet went down, they would still have a phone.
I think so.
Like you pay the phone company?
No, we pay the cable company.
But is it through internet? Is it an internet-based phone or is it a traditional landline? So if your internet went down, would you have phone service?
I don't know. Because we don't have any phones in the house that actually, we have 2 phones that are plugged into it, but the batteries are always dead and they're not plugged in.
Useless.
It is useless. I would get rid of it if my wife would let me.
Do you even know what the number is?
No. I mean, I have it on my phone, but.
I remember when it was a big deal when my mother got a second phone line so that we could connect to AOL.
Right. Right.
Because when we did it and you picked up the phone, it was like, get off the internet. I'm trying to distract you as you're answering questions, and I'm running out of things.
You're doing a good job. You really are.
Oh, man. Does AIM even exist anymore? I just remember leaving up, like when I was in college, that was the thing, AIM, and then you left up little messages for your friends to let them know you were at class. Now people just put everything into social media anyway, so they know what you had for lunch. There's a picture of it. There's a picture of it half eaten. There's a picture of it all the way eaten.
They don't even, these kids don't even know what AIM is.
Oh, come on, really? You don't think so?
No. Why would they know what AIM is? How old's the iPhone? 2005?
I was talking about this with my mom yesterday. I didn't have a cell phone until I was like, I don't know, sophomore or junior in college, I don't think. And I remember like when I went to grad school, I was all impressed because I finally got a phone that had color. Snake in color. Woo! I think I'm really starting to show my age here there, Suitor.
No, you are. Dang, Maddie. That was just low.
Man, if I'm starting to show my age.
And she thought she did that to you.
Maybe. All I know is that, you know, if I'm going to show my age, I just want to make sure that I simply remind them that when I was in their shoes and sitting in a biology class, you could have easily been my teacher. So, you know, just to. Wow, that didn't even distract you this time. I'm trying.
I'm ignoring you now because Maddie, I was finally, for the first time ever, I was doing good, and then Maddie destroyed me. And you know what's messed up is she thought she was destroying you.
I doubt that.
Wait, is it over yet? It's not over? What time?
3, 2, 1. Last minute swaps. Emma, Ty, who's washed, and Lauren.
Well,
Snow always lands on top.
wait, why does my grandpa does? My grandpa does what?
Have a real landline.
Oh. Thought she was going to say no at Amos.
Oh, I remember when,
I got rocked. They were rocking. They thought that I shouldn't have said the official Mrs. Smith because they thought it was you, and they were stealing from me like there's no tomorrow. Good game, you all suck. All right.
Dog water? What is dog water?
I don't know. Anyway, hey guys, thanks for joining us. Little review on photosynthesis, homeostasis. Think about that mouse experiment. Yes, Emma, thank you for caring. And we'll see you on Monday.
Yeah, I'll see you on Monday, unless you're a remote student, and then I won't.
Because
as long as the whole country and world doesn't shut down again on March 13th, then I will see you in person on Monday.
have a good day. Enjoy your weekend. 1 week left in the marking period.
No.